Good morning, Facebook. As I promised, I was going to be doing a video review of the M1 Garand that I posted on Friday. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing. It's going to be a two-part video. Right now, I'm going to be kind of just giving an overview of the rifle, and then a little later today, probably 2:30 or so, I'm going to go out and actually shoot it. So, here we go. As you guys saw earlier, this is my M1 Garand. M1s are kind of a cool piece if you're if you're at all interested in American history. This was the main battle rifle used in World War II in Korea. General Patton actually considered it the greatest battle implement ever devised. So it's a semi-automatic 30-06 rifle. Made by a couple of different companies, and this one is kind of a Franken gun. They were made by Winchester, Springfield Armory, Harrington and Richardson in Massachusetts, actually, as well as International Harvester, the tractor company in the 50s. Kind of a cool little bit of knowledge and a really great collector's piece. This one actually is part of it Springfield, part of it is Winchester. The barrel is actually made in Denmark, as is the wood stock on this. Really gorgeous European beechwood, if you can see that figuring. And the receiver, this back part of the gun, kind of where everything exists, is actually made in the 90s. It was a cast piece of metal and then assembled in Vermont from all these different pieces, which is why it's kind of a Franken gun is what I call it. A lot of collectors don't like them because it doesn't have that pedigree, wasn't made to the same tolerances. But for the money, and provided it shoots well, it's a pretty sweet piece. This one also came, the seller sold it with this newer style rail kit on the front end. And nothing's been altered in the gun, it's literally just screwed into place. And then he's got a little scope on here so that when you're looking from the back of the gun, I can see a lot further away than I can with just these iron sights, which I believe are calibrated to about 1,000 yards, I think is the max elevation on it. I don't have a range to test that, so we'll see. But I'm sure some of you guys are watching and you want to hear the best part of the Garand, because they're not a magazine fed rifle per se. They run in these 8-round stripper clips, or end blocks is what they're called. So as opposed to traditional rifles of World War I and World War II, where you opened up the bolt and you pushed in 5 rounds, kind of on something that looks like this, and then you closed it and went on your way. This one is you opened up the action, dropped those 8 rounds in, closed it, and when it was done firing all 8, it would make this awesome noise. Ping! So that's probably the most iconic noise from these rifles. That would mean that you're out and you need to reload. There's been people who have claimed that, you know, GIs were killed because the Germans heard that, or that they would take empty ones and throw it behind them when they were ready so that someone would pop up. None of that's really been substantiated, but it's a really cool story anyway. So just a little bit of cool knowledge about this gun in particular, as well as the M1s in general. You know, they run in price. This one, again, because it doesn't have a lot of collector's value, I got pretty inexpensively. But they run usually from about $650 to ridiculous. I had the privilege of getting to handle one at a local gun shop that was made in the first year of production in the late 30s. And I believe that sold for about $2,000, give or take. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble about my newest acquisition. Tune in, like I said, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and you'll get to see this thing in action. All right, thank you guys.